Previously on Ready to Love, Aaron pursued his connection with Stormy.
I know who I want. I know where I'm going with this. It's with you.
And also with Courtney.
You're absolutely beautiful.
All right.
But other ladies kept Aaron on the hot seat.
It's so much drama surrounding this one man.
So I tell you, don't talk to me.
Michael and Shay confronted a potential deal breaker.
The baby situation.
Quit worrying about my womb.
I feel like we just...
Alex discovered a strong chemistry with Ashley and hit a major stumbling block with Tiffany.
The issue that we've had with communication, I just don't like it.
I was gonna call, but when I seen the response, I was like, whoa.
But he decided it was time to let Shantae go.
Seeing you on that romantic side beyond, it's difficult. Come on, girl.
No, it took me some time to get to the place that you wanted me to be. But now I'm ready to love.
There we go.
Hey.
It's been a minute.
See something good.
All right, now we back again.
Hey, ladies. Hi, ladies. Oh, we got good food.
Taller than me today. Look at
Tommy reached out to all the ladies. He wanted to get us all together so we can exchange info. You know, Tommy loves to stir the pot.
Look at y'all. Y'all looking all radiant up in here.
Loving the hair. The hair is everything. Yes, ma'am.
As y'all know, there's 8 people here right now.
I know we missing. No, we missing.
On me.
Shantae.
Shantae is no longer with us.
Oh. We saw her snap a couple times.
She's so real and she's so honest.
But it takes a special man to handle that type of woman.
I feel like Shantae was too genuine, where you don't know an individual well enough to be that brutally honest, but you have to be yourself. And unfortunately, that just was a little too much for these men.
Tiffany, talk to me about miscommunication.
Oh, man.
Yes, with Alex.
Good Lord. Well, you know what? I don't have a lot of pet peeves or hang-ups when it comes to getting to know somebody. But misfires with the texts and the phone calls and the falling off at 4:30 in the afternoon and I don't hear from you till the next day is a problem.
Okay.
And it's happened time and time again. So that's been the issue.
Alex and I are not in a very good place. We just continue to have the same conflict that just does not have a resolution at this point. So I need to find out, is he a horrible communicator? Is he having second guesses because there's other women involved now? We need to get to the bottom of this if we're going to be able to move forward.
You guys need to put the phone down when it comes to texting. Y'all have to make one-on-one time if you're gonna try to make something happen. It's gotta be conversation.
Yeah.
The texting is not doing it. I'm just an old school cat, I'm a lot older than you all, but let's get to them, face to face. Let's communicate, eye contact. That's when you're gonna see what you're really dealing with.
Yeah.
Ashley.
Yeah.
So you got a connection with Alex too.
I mean, you know, double A all the way.
Have you had a communication problem?
Not really.
Okay. Rita!
Yes.
Let's talk, baby.
Okay.
Is the little boyfriend coming back?
He feeds off of what I give him, and I haven't been giving him pretty much anything.
Good job, Rita. Yeah, Rita.
Yes.
Has he been reaching out?
He has.
You have?
He has.
Have you been responding?
I have. I'm not gonna lie, I have. Like I said, this is not just some random, Joe Schmo on the street. But we're not hanging out. He knows, I'm serious this time. I'm not playing.
I feel like you're walking the line. You know what I mean? So do you think having him still there could possibly cloud your judgment?
I wouldn't say cloud my judgment because my decision has been made. However, it's going to be very difficult for another man to accept the fact that you want to remain friends with your ex.
That's gonna be an issue.
It is,
Okay.
but it's not a hangout situation.
Rita gotta let go of some things. It's almost like she's stuck in neutral. I think she's saying she's open, but let's just cut the bull.
I just want you to make sure you say opening up because the journey is going to dwindle. The guys are gonna be breaking up with at least one of you all by the end of this week. All right, so y'all good?
Yes.
The show? The storm. Oh, all right now. If y'all need me, text me.
We get no response.
Hey, Kinks.
Hey.
What's up, baby?
Looking like a frat boy.
You know, a little something, something. Let me say this. I'm proud of y'all for digging deep last week. When you're honest with yourself, you realize who your true romantic connection is with, and then who you just forcing it with.
Right.
You feel it off the top. Alex.
Hey.
Let's talk.
Yeah, man.
Shantae. You let her know the romantic chemistry just wasn't there.
Right.
And because you was honest, guess what? You walk away with no hard feelings and a solid friend. That's how you do it.
Exactly. It was definitely difficult seeing Shantae go. Whew. Things are getting real tough. The heart is something that you really can't play with. And that's what makes this process so hard in trying to figure out what actually works for me.
All right, gentlemen. It's time to change it up a little bit.
Oh, Lord.
I'm about to give the power back to the ladies. I know y'all dated enough women to know one of the keys to winning a woman's heart is to win over her closest friend. So if her crew ain't feeling you, they gonna definitely let her know. So this week, each of you will go on dates. Now here's where it gets interesting. The ladies' friends will be on the date too. Now y'all better prepare yourself. Be on your A game. Because if you're not, these women gonna see right through you. They might be evaluating you. That don't mean you can't turn around and do it right back to them.
Right. There's a little nerves because you know that the friends are usually biased. But I'm excited about meeting these ladies' friends because it gives me a chance to find out who this person is because you are the company you keep.
Remember, by the end of this week, you gotta decide whose journey is coming to an end. With all that being said, it's gonna get good.
Every time he squint his eyes, man, he's dropping a bomb. You know what I'm saying? Welcome, ladies. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Look nice.
You too, Lisa. Thank you.
Hey, what's going on? Group hug, group hug.
I'm excited going into this date because I have not seen Alex in a while, but I'm also feeling a little tense because we've got this unresolved conflict.
We're gonna do a little cooking, you know what I'm saying, here today.
I'm excited I've got some friends to shake it up, though. I'm bringing my friend Shantae and my other friend Shauna. They're a little bit older than I am, and they care a lot about me. I have a feeling that they are going to dig in pretty deep.
So we're doing stuffed chicken parmesan. Nothing too hard. So first step, you'll season with salt and pepper.
All right.
Make sure you rub it in really good.
Oh, rub it in?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We got to tenderize.
Yeah, you gotta go touch that body a little bit. Okay. Get the muscles, you know what I'm saying? Got to have it.
Yeah, touch it like it's Alex.
Hey, message. My mentality on this day going into a situation where it's a group of women is just be as calm and as fun and as honest as possible.
Alex, you smell so good.
Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate that.
Are you metrosexual?
No,
Let me see your nails.
What's your horoscope?
a Gemini.
You should already know about sex at your age,
I
right?
mean, I've never had no complaints.
Are you a good communicator?
Yes.
When you say you're gonna do something, do you do it?
Majority of the time, if I
What
just-
about the other girls?
Damn. Whew. Lord have mercy.
Are you scared of commitment?
No,
Are you a cheater?
no.
Did you go to the dentist?
Yes.
Thank God.
I definitely expected the heat. At the end of the day, those are her friends. So they're gonna try to grill me and get as much out of me as possible. I'm ready for it.
So, Alex, how are you feeling about our girl?
I like her.
Do you see a future with her?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely had some things to iron out. Miscommunication.
I'm trying to have fun. I really feel like that's what's been missing between Alex and I is just a fun date. But it's the elephant in the room. Let's get to the bottom of this.
I have claimed Alex from day one. But when you know that someone else is dedicating their time to other people and then there's that missing in action, you don't know why. And you have to assume, go in protection mode because you might get your feelings hurt.
I mean, I'm used to getting on the phone and talking, not texting everything because texting can be very misleading. If we have a situation, right then, let's get on the phone and talk about it.
I mean, I understand that, but I also want, when something goes wrong, for it to be acknowledged, not for me to have to bring it to the forefront.
Right, but it's how you acknowledge it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to feel like I'm being micromanaged. Concerning of matters of the heart or how you feel, you need to handle it a lot better than just the bossy aggression that I see from you.
You ain't supposed to keep the lady waiting like that. It's a disaster.
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 How many women are you dating?
2 women.
So are you a man whore?
Damn. Calm your ass down.
I'm used to getting on the phone and talking, not texting everything, because texting can be very misleading. Discerning of matters of the heart or how you feel, you need to handle it a lot better than just the bossy aggression that I see from you.
If you really care about her, you're gonna think to pick up the phone. You're gonna think to send her a text.
Is this gonna be regular? I do think it warrants a real conversation of, is this something that I can deal with? Is this who you are?
I get his point, I get your point. There's no right or wrong.
Yeah.
It's just like you guys happen to come to an agreement. But I'm ready to eat.
Thank you, Chef. Ooh, that looks amazing. We ain't clicking. This is something that, has to be on a solid foundation. So, if the foundation is unstable, we just can't do it no more. Okay. I don't mean to run, but I'm actually a little late for work, so I'm about to go ahead and run out. We will definitely meet up soon and finish our conversation. So, look forward to it. Definitely a pleasure.
No, I need a hug. I need a hug.
Come on here.
You better be good to Tim. Oh,
indeed.
Nice to meet you.
Sometimes I feel I'm a little too close to the situation to judge it well. Am I wrong? Am I right? Am I a little too hard on him?
So what do you guys think?
One thing I was gonna say to you, and I didn't want to say it in front of Alex. I get what Alex is saying. I think you need to fall back a little bit. He don't have to call her every night. That's not reality. Because he don't do that, what is that saying to you?
That I'm not being thought of or considered.
I'm just saying don't put too much pressure on him. To me, that's like a task. They have to call someone to check in.
That's like checking in.
For the person I want,
for the person,
everybody don't feel that way.
But when you're feeling someone, you mean to tell me you don't think before you go to bed, I want to talk to this person and say goodnight? Are you for real?
Guys don't think like we think.
I don't give a damn.
Oh, they do when they love you.
Then when they love you and they want you, they do.
Say if you talk to him through that day and he don't call you at night, but you already talked to him that day,
that's called settling.
No, it don't to me. I'm sorry, I can't agree with you guys there.
If that's who I am, why would I deviate from that to get less than what I want? Hopefully you bought your Benadryl.
I did.
Because I know you're allergic to seafood.
Today, I'm super excited. I am bringing 3 of my closest friends to meet Erin.
So I really want y'all to give me the dig on what y'all feel from a vibe.
Okay. My girls are amazing at evaluating men. So it's gonna be interesting, the questions that they ask. I hope he's ready.
Any particular questions you want us to ask him?
Nah,
it's free game for y'all. I know he has a son.
Okay. How old is he?
11.
Baby mama drama since he has a son?
I don't know that.
I'll find out.
Thank you.
Hey.
Yes!
How are you? So today, I'm getting ready to meet Stormy and some of her friends, and from what I know of Stormy, I'm sure there's gonna be good energy, fun, outgoing people, so I'm looking forward to it. I can see birds of a feather flock together, though. Y'all got that brand, that look, so I like that.
She told us you had a son.
Yeah.
What's his name?
His name's Christian.
How are you and his mom? You guys get along?
She's well put together. She's an attorney. She's doing her thing. We found the right chemistry for co-parenting. It was tough at first, but we've got a good system. He's in a good place, so everything's good with that. Come on, let me take myself off the hot seat and put y'all on the hot seat.
Okay, we're ready.
So y'all are real tight with Stormy. All right. What would you guys identify as her special trait?
She's one of the most loyal people that I know.
She'll give you the shirt off her back if she know it will help you.
Really?
She's loving, loyal. You can ask for a better friend.
I'm about to cry.
Yo, the friend date with Stormy is going nice. The conversation is flowing. When I look at the potential future, her friends definitely helped me seeing something more long-term.
So you got a good one here. Oh, you
I
know.
felt it. I
You
felt
messed
it.
that up. Bang, bang.
Like that. Oh, Stormy, you got a team with you. Okay.
I got food for you.
Yes.
Crab oysters right here.
Thank you. Is it good? Oh, yeah. Because you over there making noises. Y'all know what they say about oysters.
What do they say about oysters?
It's a natural aphrodisiac.
Aphrodisiac.
Oh. So are you saying you're eating the oyster and Aaron's turning you on? What happened?
That's right.
I really feel by Aaron winning over my friends that we really have a good connection and a foundation to really take this thing to the next level.
You got Aaron blushing and he dark skinned. We were waiting on you.
It's a disaster.
Disaster.
You ain't supposed to keep the lady waiting like that.
I came in peace and left in pieces.
It's time to think about which of these ladies' journey has come to an end.
I'm really opening up to Shatava, and meeting her friends will help take our relationship either to the next level or the lower level. One of the biggest issues I've had in relationships is the friends.
This is how we drop it on the wall.
Damn. I don't care who you are, you're gonna have issues, and she's not gonna come to you about you, she's gonna go to her friends. So she got this old hating ass friend right here, 9 times out of 10, it ain't gonna work. Well, hello. Hey, beautiful, how you doing?
So good to see you today.
Mike invited me and my friends out, and I'm like, whoo, Lord, my friends are a handful. So it's gonna be interesting. I can't wait, actually.
Hey.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Enjoy this.
Enjoy. Let's get a little drink and relax.
So are y'all exclusive or is this like just
No,
an open?
we're exploring this journey
Okay,
together.
well,
Yeah, we're on a journey.
Right.
So how many women are you dating? That's something we want to know.
Ooh.
2 women.
Oh, bruh. Are you serious?
Yes.
So are you a man whore?
Damn. I'm not a man whore.
Do you have kids?
No kids. I like your dimples.
Shatava, he likes my dimples.
Y'all probably the reason I'm single.
It's feeling like an interview of people that don't want me to have a job. Denise, get your drink and calm your ass down.
Speaking of kids, and I know she wants kids.
I do want kids.
Could you see yourself with a woman telling you, I don't want any children?
No. If someone is telling me outright, I'm not having kids, I won't entertain them.
That's amazing.
I'm in a little bit of a pickle because Shay saying she's 50-50 having children, I mean, that's a deal breaker. So I'm opening up more to Shatava.
So let me explain something to you.
Mm-hmm.
You're dealing with a very educated woman, so I hope you don't think that she's waiting, right?
Mm.
You know that, right?
You know that, right?
You know that,
You know that, right?
She ain't waiting.
She's not. And I give you 2 points because you're honest.
2 points?
I give you maybe 3.
15.
Okay.
I actually wanted to let my friends question Mike. I just wanted to know how he would respond. I think he did a good job.
Well, ladies, it's been a pleasure meeting you all.
You're pretty cool with me.
If I decide to ever go on a date with another woman and her friends, I'm bringing my friends, my guard dog, my little angry old cat from my grandma's house, some barbed wire. No, you not finna eat me. Next time y'all have a little get together,
yes,
I ain't coming.
You
I'm just playing.
We'll be nice next time.
I'm just playing.
Yeah. We'll be nice.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one.
You
Bye.
I like him. He's nice. You can't do nothing but respect somebody who's honest with you.
he's very honest.
Have fun. He's very intelligent. Have fun.
I definitely feel like he's not wasting your time.
Right.
Welcome to Top Off.
Thank you. When Aaron reached out to me to go on a group date, I thought it was perfect. My feelings for Aaron hasn't changed. I still feel the same. I still like him. I've just kind of shut out the noise of the women, and I'm refocusing. I'm really trying to tune in and see if we still have a connection.
Hello?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm looking forward to seeing you. Where are you?
I'm just showing this last house.
So, what time do you think you'll be here? It's 12:26 now.
Give me until 1:30 just to make sure I'm safe. I should be there before that, though.
Okay. Hurry up.
Yeah, I thought he knew he was supposed to be on time. Now, you can't be having you waiting now.
Anything you need from me. Oh, girl, you know I got you. Oh, girl, you know I got you.
What you doing?
Hey,
what's going on? Oh, you look so cute. You too. I like the yellow.
Thank you. I am really excited to have this girls' date with Shay and get some great advice and get our nails done and keep looking cute.
So you like Alex?
I do. He's a really nice guy, breath of fresh air. He's a gentleman, and he looks good.
Do you see like a future, long term?
I actually do. I haven't wanted to actually date someone and see where it goes because I haven't had the best luck with meeting guys with substance. And to me, he has a lot that I want to get to know.
Okay.
I just don't want to be like a hopeless romantic when it comes
What's
to
wrong with
like
that?
Alex, only because I don't want to get my feelings hurt. So that's why I've been trying to be kind of like a little easy. I don't really do any type of like affection as far as kissing. The most he's gonna get from me is a hug, straight up. I don't kiss guys until we're serious and I know you're mine because it's nasty. I don't know what you did with Becky, Janet, and Keisha before you got with me. Look at them pillows. They cute, but they ain't going everywhere until you're mine. Only mine. It's just been working out so far. Like, we have, like, this crazy chemistry. Like, we make up handshakes and all type of stuff. Like,
So y'all cornballs.
Like, he likes my corniness. And so it's cool to be with somebody who likes you to be corny.
See, that's cute. Have fun.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about Mike. Mike doesn't take himself serious. He laugh at himself more than I laugh at him. I really like Mike. And I don't like many people like that.
The kid situation, I mean, it could be a potential deal breaker. He has no idea about sleepless nights, people being sick, the clingy, sticky hands, just, phew, I just wanna, I'm probably gonna throw up right now.
We're gonna be hanging out with you and Mike.
Lord, this man.
I'm excited. I mean, Tiffany's cool, but I'm still gonna go after what I want.
Yeah, don't worry about her.
Okay, then.
So y'all know I've been to myself for a long time. So for me to open up, come on this journey, like it's a big step for me. I feel like the best way for him to get to know me is to know the people that I'm around.
I feel like Storm is holding down that #1 spot. However, Courtney's strong, and Angel's still on my radar pretty strong as well. So I'm still undecided. I don't know what direction to go.
Is he being honest with you?
We'll see.
I'm gonna find that out.
I like him though. I like him a lot.
You ready?
Oh, y'all got it popping already. Okay. What's up, Big Tom?
Oh, what's up, dude?
How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good.
Nice to meet you.
Man, you make me look short.
I know that. Don't be scared of nothing.
Hey, how you doing?
Evan,
What's up, honey? Welcome. Better late than when?
Man,
Never.
man, so y'all done started everything up already.
About 2 hours ago.
I told you we were waiting on you.
It's a disaster.
Disaster.
You ain't supposed to keep the lady waiting like that. Set me down, girl. Get set me down. I'm about to get to it.
So y'all done started everything up already.
About 2 hours ago. It's a disaster.
Disaster.
You ain't supposed to keep the lady waiting like that. Set me down, girl. Get set me down. I'm about to get to it.
My apologies to everyone here.
I accept your apology.
Thank you.
I ain't seen you in a minute.
It has been a minute.
What's a minute?
I've been good.
I thought y'all was like prioritizing things around here.
I ain't seeing each other weekly.
Well, a minute is like
a day.
couple days.
Well, I ain't really asking you though, precisely.
Oh my goodness.
Shade.
Whoa. Him and Evan had like a little chest button situation, but that's to be expected with men.
He's gonna become the spotlight.
I'm ready for the questions, but I got questions for y'all too.
But you still ain't answering my question.
What's the question you got, bro?
How long has it been since you made time for my girl over here?
How long has it been, Angel?
What, about a week?
About a week.
Now, you know people swoop in a week.
That's true.
What sets Angel apart from anybody else who you've encountered while you guys have been on this journey?
She's been very consistent.
Have you been consistent?
Have I been consistent? In what
No,
sense?
he
I'm
didn't
just
see you
asking.
last week for a whole week. No.
Okay.
So the answer
I'm
is
just
no.
asking, like being whoever you are all the time, honest, upfront, direct.
Who I am as a person, yes.
Okay.
Where I stand in this journey, no.
What's
No,
been going on?
like, when you come into a situation where there's 12 women, those emotions can get caught up. But just to go back to your question, I answered that one, didn't I? Answered that one. Answered how.
You grabbing that thigh over there kind of nice.
Oh my God.
Don't be
We're
silly.
not gonna
This
do
is what
today.
we're doing. This is what we're doing.
He's just trying to see if you're gonna fall off or not.
Just check.
Don't let him throw you off.
After I did it, I was like, why did I do that? It didn't look right.
Like you're kind of realizing some patterns you've had before. You got to make some decisions on if you want to be different. Like for me, I used to choose guys based on fleshly things, like physical or whatever the case may be, but I want to do something different.
It's not easy. It's not easy. But you know, we're still figuring things out. I'm still getting to know who she is.
She's an enhancer. Anything that she's a part of, she does enhance it, whether it be a person, it be a business, or just the environment in general, right? And I'm not, giving you no BS. Like,
No,
that's the
I'm
truth. So
listening
if
straight
she
up.
was to elevate with you in a higher level of relationship, like you wouldn't have to worry about anything as a man. Like she will feel that void or whatever is needed for you to even become better.
Good. You about to get me to tearing up over here because you're talking real about my friend right now.
I'm still on the fence with Courtney and Angel. I'm more physically attracted to Courtney, but I like what I'm hearing. Angel could possibly be a great fit and provide a great future. Ooh, okay.
I feel like there are some distractions. I don't feel that he is as into me as he was in the beginning, but I still feel like there's something there.
I'm about to go to drink. Do you want something?
Chardonnay.
All right, I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
What do y'all think?
I just had to check his temperature, see what he was about, but he's a composed dude.
I feel like his answers are really good though. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. I keep my eye on the situation.
Keep pushing, gotta keep pushing, gotta keep pushing.
So spill the tea.
Yeah.
Tea time. So I am taking Tommy's advice. I'm putting myself out there. Alex, he definitely has a spark. I made it known that I think he's fine, and I asked him out on the date. It's very nerve-wracking, I'm not gonna lie.
What are your takes on like the other guys? How do you feel about them?
You know what? It's so funny because it got so cliquey really, really quick. Even like with Alex. Like there's one young lady, Tiffany, and they have meshed, and she's got her thong in a bunch. Because he ain't calling her the way he's supposed to. He could be still keeping his options open because he's feeling Rita. How about that?
Yeah, exactly. That's my girl. Yeah.
We'll take that.
We'll take that.
Yeah.
What does Alex look like? Because I think I see.
Tall, dark, and handsome.
Girl, yes.
Is that him? Hey.
Hey.
Nice to meet you.
Girl, I like that green.
you.
You can put it in and give me some love. I love it.
Sexual chocolate.
Rita is a very beautiful woman. I love the smile. I love how she dresses. Hey, girl, I'm better now. Hello? Ooh, you already know it. Ooh, I love the love. Tiff and I are having a communication problem. Now I'm feeling like that there's room for other people to kind of take their shot. So, I mean, right now, it's open game for anybody at this point.
So you're on this journey to find a wife, or you're on this journey for the experience?
I'm on a journey to find a wife. Me, I want a wife and kids and the whole American dream, as they say, the picket fence and all that, because whatever. You know, it could be a brown fence if you want brown. You know what I'm saying? You know? But I know what I want, and I don't want to settle no more.
There you go. Alex, he is definitely ready to settle down. He's ready for kids. He's ready for a family. He's ready to love. So that definitely put a warm feeling over my heart.
I feel like you're serious about what you're saying you want. I'm just not sure that you want all that stuff with her.
Are there other women that are involved in this journey? Yes. I just really have a top two, and that's only because I haven't really experienced that real vibe and connection with Rita, even though there is an attraction there. In certain situations, people tend to kind of get uptight.
You know, that's what I've noticed too about this whole journey, with it being multiple men and then so many women kind of trying to steal the deal initially. And then when they're asked to adjust, it's like been this chaos that I've noticed that's starting to form. Like, I'm not that female that's gonna be like, oh my God, you didn't call me at this time, blah, 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 blah. You know, I'm not gonna put those boundaries on you. Call me when you feel like it. Like, I don't wanna hear from you now. Don't call me every hour. Like, I got stuff to do. Man. You have your life, I have my life, but then we're gonna build something together.
Me right now. I wanna hug myself. It's like a refreshing feeling. You know, she's so goddamn positive. Girl, you better leave your hand right there on that thigh, girl.
There was that natural chemistry.
Toast to that one, go.
I actually am starting to gain some real feelings for Alex.
I want to know more about you because I know you just really came off of a relationship, so You know, are you still in contact, or is it something that you are over? I mean, because that takes a healing process.
He ain't playing with your ass, Rita. He ain't playing with your ass.
It only makes sense for you to ask those questions, you know? It wasn't years ago for me. It was months ago for me.
Right.
Things died along the way.
I wouldn't say that he was a bad dude, but he wasn't ready for more.
What your ex is doing, and are you sure it's over? It doesn't matter. You make it over. Let her get that into you to be like, you know what, when he calls, I'm busy.
I'm definitely worried about Rita just now getting out of a relationship, but I definitely think Rita is ready to love. Ready to love with me, maybe, maybe not, you know, but I have to explore it. Which I definitely have to get you another one. You said Cabernet, right? Be right back. Y'all mingle amongst yourselves.
You certainly will. You certainly will. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Girl, he cute. If M&M's made like one flavor and it looked like that,
she would be good.
Yeah.
To start from square one again, that's me risking it all.
If she tells me that she's not having a child, there's no way then me and Shay's journey will end today.
It's about being a grown man.
What? Chemotherapy.
Boogie! Fellas.
Hey!
OG! Yes, sir. Y'all went on some interesting dates this past week, huh?
Interesting.
Had some guests along the way?
We need you this week.
Talk to me. You went out with Shatava and some of her friends.
Yeah.
So are you a man whore?
Damn. I came in peace and left in pieces. I'm in the corner. There's definitely a red flag because if you got this type of friend with all this negative energy, I'm not about to be dating you and her because you dating the girl and her friends.
Right.
Every time you do something wrong, that's what she called.
Yeah.
So I like to have a woman that's your friend that's, you know, level-headed.
Okay. So talk to me about Shay.
Shay is a very independent woman. That's a strength. Her negative is not being so gung-ho about having a child. I'm afraid that there won't be any bending on either side.
Listen to your heart. Your heart tell the truth. Alex, you went on a date with Tiffany.
Yeah, man.
And her friend.
It was cool, man. It was cool brother, man.
Okay.
It was laid back. I mean, you know, they tried to come at me, you know what I'm saying, with a couple of this and that.
You smell it? You smell that booty?
There you go.
Okay. I smell it. Do you smell it?
I'm smelling it.
That's definitely what it is. You want to start over?
Well,
what happened?
No, they tried to bombard me with questions. What are you gonna do for my friend? Or who are you? What type of guy? This, that, and the third. It was about to, you know, get a little pushy.
Anything cleared up now with the whole miscommunicating and?
It's not over. It's definitely not over. Man. The micromanaging, the controlling, that is a drawback for me.
That's a major issue.
Hell yeah.
Then we have not resolved anything.
I'm a man, I'm an alpha male. You know, so when I feel like I'm being on a watch, I'm being timed, you said you was gonna call me back in 30 minutes. Oof. What's going on? What you doing? You see what I'm saying? So Rita, I went out with her friends as well. You see what I'm saying? Rita could be, you know, that one man.
Really? Wow.
Damn.
Is Rita a rebound? Because she's never been on your top list.
Yeah. It's up in the air. I don't know if she's really here for that ready to love type of mentality. That boyfriend thing,
that's the deal breaker.
That's the issue.
Yeah.
We have to investigate.
All right. Aaron, had a good day with Stormy.
Man, I had a great week, Tom.
You had a great week?
Man.
Tell me about the date. Tell me about the friends.
Outstanding.
So they didn't gruel you like my boys.
No, they came hard, but you know, I was in my Mayweather stance. I was bouncing with it, you know what I mean? Stormy's definitely surrounded by a good group of people.
Okay.
Stormy's number one.
But then you also had a date with Angel and her friend.
Play golf. She has a lot of great qualities. She's real sweet. She's just not what draws me in.
And you're gonna tell her?
I didn't want to tell her right there in front of her friends. You know what I mean?
If they just a friend, it's not fair to even keep them around. What's the purpose? What about Courtney?
Courtney, I mean, as you guys know, Courtney's got a great appeal. She looks great, and I think she's got a nice vibe. At the same time, you know, I'm still kind of trying to figure out what direction me and Courtney are gonna go.
I'm glad you made it out of the fire and you survived. But you're not out the woods yet. It's time to think about which of these ladies' journey has come to an end. Let me tell you something. These decisions gonna get harder and harder. So I'm gonna let you guys discuss your decisions. Well, y'all good?
I'm getting tired of it, I ain't gonna lie, it's real. It's getting real.
Tiffany and I don't know which direction this may turn. It's gonna be fire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a lot of flames.
Finding love is not a walk in the park.
Piedmont Park is nice today.
Today, the three men must sit down with the woman they have an unresolved issue with.
How are you doing?
I'm wonderful.
Or at least one woman. The search for love with these men is about to end.
My gift has arrived.
You look nice today.
Thanks, you noticed?
Have a seat right here.
I wanted us to get together and talk about where things are right now.
Okay.
You know, are you still feeling this journey? It's been an interesting one.
Yeah, it's had its ups and downs, kind of like with you, kind of going in and out. Like one day you with me, the next day you're not. So it's been difficult, but I'm still, in it.
I missed you.
I missed you too. The 50-50 on the fence about children, that's not enough for me to say, okay, this is the one for me. So if she sits here and tells me that she's not having a child, there's no way, then me and Shay's journey will end today.
You all right?
Mm-hmm.
You sure?
Yeah. Let's talk about you.
About me? What you want to talk about?
Now, what you been up to?
I haven't talked to you, so that's been different.
Yeah, it has been different.
I just think we need to probably just put everything out there on the table to see if what we thought we had in the beginning is still there.
We meet with Tommy, just like y'all do, and we talk about where we stand with this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been really focused on a select few. My select few has been Stormy, Courtney, and you.
Mm-hmm.
With you in this bubble area.
Right. It's like I stay in the bubble.
It seems like there's a concern about my womb, so you want to talk about it?
Yeah, let's hear the reservations.
When I had Shason, it wasn't planned. So I was going to the doctor by myself. I really was alone, Nobody really come split the responsibility. And it was literally like 24/7. I had a kid hooked to me, and I damn near went out of my mind. I'm in love with my son, but nobody understands. I had postpartum depression after I had Shason, and it's a very real thing. It was one of the darkest times of my life. So to relive that experience again is a scary thing. After I had Shason, that was probably like one of the lowest points of my life. So my son just turned 18. So to start from square one again, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's me risking it all. That scares the out of me.
We have talked damn near every day, you know what I'm saying? Texting every day. Man, I know that communication is key, but I just felt kind of micromanaged a little bit.
We're seeing this through two different lenses. When you set an expectation, I feel it's fair that I expect that of you.
I should have said that I'll just call you later, but my intentions were to do what I have to do, get the house straight, and call you back.
I think when you have a priority, you do something about it. And when it's not a priority,
when we met last time, me and the fellas and Tommy, we was talking about, okay, who was at the top, who was at the bottom, who's gonna be going home.
Mm-hmm.
We had to come to a consensus.
Okay.
So
I watch you and your behavior, and I think you want a baby, so bad.
It's just it's a hard situation for me, like the scenario, because I like you a lot. The real question is, once it got to that point, would you be not only willing to have a baby, but excited to have a baby with me?
You know, we're not together. We're trying to get to know each other.
But you will never get to that with me, is what I'm telling you.
I mean,
that will never happen with me if you don't show me it's worth even getting to that next stage.
I totally understand.
It's about being a grown man and following through on your word. That's all it is.
What?
My tolerance is about this small, and I think I'm about this close to just saying, I'm good, I'm out.
Next time on Ready to Love.
Bow. Bow. Honestly, Tommy, things are getting a lot more serious.
I think what we're missing is the emotional connection.
I was giving people opportunities that I would never even look at on the street. It's Melinda. I was like, no.
I met with the ex yesterday.
You got to stop.
Not knowing where I stand with a man, that's not love. Aaron's too damn old to be playing the games that he's playing. You're gonna have to make a choice.
The hit dating series returns. Subscribe to our channel for more Ready to Love.